Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
So last yesterday we have been hearing the glories of Lord Jagannath and Kshetra Puri Dham. So therefore yesterday we had a few pastimes. Some problem with sound. Too heavy. So first day we heard about the glories of Lord Jagannath, his magnanimity and few pastimes. Yesterday we heard about Puri, different temples in Jagannath Puri. So today I'll tell you some pastimes of Jagannath because Jagannath has unlimited pastimes. So Supreme Person of Godhead, Anadi Ananta Rupam, he has unlimited forms and he descends from millennium after millennium. Paritranaya sadhanam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuga yuga. But I told that day, in Kali Yuga, Lord doesn't incarnate. He comes in Daru Brahma form as Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. So this form is very special form. Why very special? Because Lord Jagannath coming to deliver most degraded people in this Kali Yuga. So Jagannath Puri Dham is also very merciful Dham. You see, if you read Purana, the Purana describes the glories of, for example, Ajodhya. And writes of Ajodhya, there is no other Dham equal to Ajodhya. Ajodhya is the topmost Dham, nothing equal to Ajodhya. The next chapter describes about Dwaraka. The same thing will say. No other Dham equal to Dwaraka. Dwaraka is the topmost Dham. Then they discover Kashi, Banaras. Oh, Banaras is the topmost Dham. Everything is topmost and nothing is equal to that Dham. So how is it possible? Yes, it is possible. You see, if you take a laddu, have you eaten laddu? Which side of laddu is more tasty? Whatever you buy, very tasty. So that is the reason why when Puranakars, the writers of Purana, when they go for describing the glories of some Dham, they completely get entranced with this so much. So they feel, oh, the Dham is so glorious. Nothing could be more greater than this. So that mood they go on writing, every Dham is great and nothing equal to it. But as we are discussing about Puri Dham, I'll tell you something, that Puri Dham is really great. Nothing could be equal to Puri Dham. How it is great, I'll explain to you. Dham wise and Bhagavan's form wise, both wise, Puri is the greatest, topmost Dham. So Dham wise, you see, Bhagavan has unlimited form. Why unlimited form? Because Bhagavan releases unlimited rasa, mellows or bhava. Among unlimited rasas or mellows, bhavas, three are main: Aishwarya bhava, Madhurya bhava and Audarya bhava. Aishwarya bhava, in Vaikuntha Aishwarya bhava, Narayan Swarup. In Dwaraka, Lord enjoying Aishwarya bhava, opulence. And in Vrindavan, Lord is having Madhurya bhava. And same Bhagavan in Navadvip Dham, he is enjoying Audarya bhava. What is Audarya? Audarya is Udar, very magnanimous. In Gauranga form specifically, he is so magnanimous, no other form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he exhibits that kind of magnanimity. Same way in Vrindavan, in Krishna form, Lord enjoy the sweetness, the madhurya, madhurima. In no other form, Lord enjoy the sweetness like that. So in this way, there is Dwaraka Dham, Vrindavan Dham and Navadvip Dham. And each Dham, Lord enjoying one bhava, Aishwarya, Madhurya and Audarya. But Jagannath Puri, if you go to Puri, all three, Dwaraka is there, Navadvip is there and Vrindavan also there. So Jagannath Puri temple is known as Aishwarya Bhav Dwaraka Dham. And the Gundicha temple is Vrindavan Dham. So that is Puri temple is Nilachala, or Gundicha temple is Sundarachala. Puri temple is Aishwarya Bhava, Gundicha temple is Madhurya Bhava. Puri temple is Dwaraka and Gundicha temple is Vrindavan. In Puri temple, Jagannath temple, Jagannath sits on Ratna Bedi, and Gundicha temple he sits on Mahabali. Gundicha temple is the birthplace of Lord Jagannath. When Jagannath first manifested, he manifested there. Just like Krishna manifested in Vrindavan, Mahaban, then he went to Dwaraka. So in Puri also the two dhams are there. Dwaraka dham is there and Vrindavan dham is there. Gundicha is Vrindavan, Sundarachal, and Jagannath temple is Nilachal, known as Dwaraka dham. And sea beach side, any of you have been to Puri, you must have seen the Chotagapinath, Gambhira, Siddhabakul, Saram Bhattacharya's house. It is called the sea beach, that is non-different from Navadvip. So in this, if you go to Puri, you get the result of visiting Navadvip Dham, then Dwaraka Dham, and Vrindavan Dham. Everything you get the result just by visiting Puri. So that you save so much money. So this is one quality dham wise, how it is the great. All three modes you get there. Then Bhagavan Jagannath form. How did the topmost form? You see, among unlimited forms of Supreme Person of Godhead, the Krishna form is the topmost. That's what Bhagavatam saying. Etyatansa kalapunsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan, topmost form. And everywhere Bhagavan is there, and he enjoys the service of the devotees. On the Puri, Bhagavan has manifested in two forms. One is in Jagannath form, another is in Gauranga form, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu form. So what is Jagannath form and what is Gauranga form? Who is Jagannath? Who has manifested as Jagannath? Who? Krishna has manifested as Jagannath. And who has manifested as Gauranga? Krishna has manifested. Why? What is the difference between Jagannath and Gauranga? One Krishna is manifesting in two forms, as Jagannath, as Gauranga. So here Puri Bhagavan is complete. How is complete? Krishna in the form of Jagannath is Bhagavan. In the form of Gauranga he is Bhakta. Two pastimes simultaneously. Nowhere you will find like this. That's why Bhagavan is complete. Wherever he is appearing as Bhagavan, he is receiving service of the devotees and enjoying. But how devotees are enjoying, Bhagavan does not know. But in Jagannath Puri Dham, two ways, he is receiving service and is rendering service. So in this way, the Bhagavata is complete in Puri. And what is Jagannath form? Krishna in the form of Jagannath. Why Krishna manifested this form as Jagannath? All of you know that story that Krishna was hearing the childhood pastimes, his own childhood pastimes. Then he was very surprised. Wow, the Brajavasi, they loved me so much. The eyes become big, hand went inside, leg went inside. So that form is known as Radha Viraha Vidhura form. Krishna in separation from Radharani, he manifested this form as Jagannath. So Jagannath form is Krishna in separation from God. Krishna in separation from Radharani is Jagannath. And Gauranga form is Radharani separation from Krishna? No. Radharani, Jagannath is Krishna in separation from Radharani, and Gauranga is Krishna in separation from Krishna. So that is interesting pastime. Krishna accepted the mode of Radharani to understand how Radharani feels in my separation. So this is unique. The true form of the supreme person of Godhead, Swayam Bhagavan, is Krishna. But he manifested in two forms. One is in Jagannath and Gauranga, to release both things. So no other Dham you will see the Bhagavan has manifested in this way. So thus Jagannath Puri Dham is the topmost among all the Dhams. Okay? So he is very magnanimous. Now I was telling you yesterday, Jagannath is Patita Pavan, day for yesterday. Patita, most fallen soul he will deliver. But he cannot tolerate the pride. That's why his name is Garbha Ganjan. I gave you one or two examples how he smashes the pride of anybody. So much so, once Sudarshan also became very proud. I told you yesterday to start my speech telling why we know Sudarshan is chakra, disc, Narayan holding the right hand side. For Jagannath Puri, we see Sudarshan is not a chakra. Sudarshan is like a pillar sitting left side of Jagannath. So in this regard, in Puri they say, so once Sudarshan became really proud. Sudarshan is thinking that I am so great, I am so powerful, I am protecting God. I am such a great devotee, such a powerful devotee. Krishna, Lord is holding me on his hand. So he is thinking like this. But Jagannath is Antarjami. He realized, oh, this Sudarshan, my devotee sitting next to me, and he is so proud. I must give him a lesson. But how powerful you are. Then Jagannath called, Sudarshan, come here. Sudarshan folded hands came. See, I want you to do one thing for me. You go south side, there is an island. In that island, one of my very powerful, great devotees is doing tapasya. You call him. I have to meet him. Sudarshan is thinking, more powerful than me, more greater devotee than me. Who that man can be? And Jagannath said, there is a Hanuman. You go and call Hanuman. Then Sudarshan went. On that island, Hanuman was doing tapasya. It's called Tapasya Hanuman. Then Sudarshan said, Hanumanji, the Lord Jagannath calling for you. Then Hanuman said, okay, I'll go to see Lord Jagannath. So after giving this message to Hanuman, then Sudarshan very quickly, he came back to Puri. And after that when Hanuman came, and he found one chakra moving very fast at the east gate of Jagannath temple. So Hanuman could not enter inside, but Sudarshan wanted to see how Hanuman can enter inside the temple. I will show my power to him. The Puri temple has 4 doors, east, west, north, south. So every door Hanuman was trying to enter inside, this chakra was obstructing. Then Hanuman said, how can I go inside? So he remembered, he prayed Jagannath. So by Jagannath's mercy, he manifested 4 extra hands. And each door, one Sudarshan chakra, he cut hold like a toy. Chakra. Then he went inside. So inside the temple, and Ratna Singhasan, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra sitting, and Hanuman, personified Hanuman is sitting with folded hand. So, Sudarshan. Sudarshan, personification, Sudarshan is sitting at the lotus feet of Jagannath. And Sudarshan is thinking, let me see how Hanuman can enter, because 4 chakra is moving. So after some time, Sudarshan is very surprised to see Hanuman entering the temple with 4 Sudarshan chakras. He is very like a toy. He is very surprised. How can he enter the temple? Then Jagannath looked at Sudarshan and smiled. Sudarshan, you are showing your prose, your power. You see, Hanuman is carrying 4 like you. He's so powerful. He's carrying 4 like you. And you committed great offense by obstructing Hanuman to enter into the temple. So I curse you. In my temple, with me, you can stay as a disc, chakra. You become like a pillar. Instead of staying in my right hand side, you'll be sitting in my left hand side. So in this way, chakra was cursed by Jagannath. Then Sudarshan felt very sad. He cried, "Oh my Lord, I am a devotee, you are cursing me. What will happen to me?" Then Jagannath said, "Okay, in my temple, on my altar, you will sit my left side as a pillar. On top of my temple, you will remain as chakra. And you will be known as Neela Chakra. Sudarshan Chakra in Puri, known as Neela Chakra. So on Neela Sagara, blue ocean, on the bank of blue ocean, Neela Sagara, is Neelachala, a blue mountain. On the top of the blue mountain is Neelakandara, is a blue cave. And inside the Neelakandara, blue cave, is Neela Madhava, is blue Madhava is sitting there. So now you are blessed. You will sit on top of my temple as a Neela Chakra. So I specially bless you. The blessings is, anybody come inside the temple and take my darshan, fatal result he will derive. If somebody cannot enter into my temple and will take your darshan, he will get the same result. I think Jagannath is very clever. Jagannath knows from before in Kali Yuga, the Pandas, they will not allow ISKCON Western devotees. So what to do? So he arranged, okay, no problem. If Western devotees are not allowed inside my temple, outside they just take Sudarshan Chakra, see Sudarshan, and they will same result. So that is the reason why Sudarshan Chakra in Jagannath temple stands as a pillar. But on top, if anybody will take darshan of that, he has a real devotion, he get darshan of Lord Jagannath. I'll tell you one incident in this regard. There is one not tribal, a scheduled caste man called Dasya Baudi. Dasya Baudi. So he is not allowed inside the temple. So once he came for Rath Yatra to take darshan of Jagannath on the chariot. And when he saw Jagannath, beautiful face, big eyes, he got so much moved with that form of Lord Jagannath. He developed so much devotion. With a great ecstasy, whole day, chanting, dancing, and looking, mainly focusing on the eyes of Lord Jagannath. So beautiful eye of Lord Jagannath. So after taking darshan, then he went back to his house. The scheduled caste people, they don't have nice stainless steel plate or things like that. They have clay plate. So his wife served some food on clay plate, a round, a red clay plate. The plate was red color plate, clay plate, round. Middle of the plate, she had put some white rice. On top of the rice, she had put some black spinach. Okay. So she brought that plate to her husband. Then the Dasya Baudi saw. Dasya Baudi said, what is this? So beautiful eyes of my Lord, the red plate, round plate, then white on top, the black spinach. So it looks like this. So he saw that the whole time he had been looking at her. Wow, my Lord is so merciful. The merciful glance is glorifying, chanting, dancing, running here and there, but not eating. Then his wife is thinking, what happened to my husband? He went to Puri, maybe somebody did some tantra mantra to him. Or he got some haunted by some ghost. Why are you doing like this? Why are you not eating? Then he went to village leader. Please, my husband is haunted by ghost. Can you come and do something? Then village leaders came. Then they asked, Dasya, why are you not eating? Dasya said, how can I eat? This lady giving me the eye of my Lord. I see so beautiful eyes of Lord Jagannath in front of me. So he's chanting, dancing. Then the people understood he's not haunted by ghosts. He went to Puri. By seeing these eyes, he's thinking this is the eye of the Lord. So this is how the devotees, they see everything. Sthabara jangama dekhe na dekhe tar murti, sarvatra hai tar ishtadeva spurti. The devotee is so much engrossed. The pastimes, form, holy name of the Lord. Wherever they see His Lord. So he was saying like this. Then the village leader told his wife, you do one thing, you take back this plate. You serve him rice and spinach separately. And see the rice separately, then Dasya will eat that. So so much devoted to Lord Jagannath. One day, Jagannath came in his dream and told Dasya, you are my great devotee. Please tell me, I want to give a boon to you. What you want? He's a poor man, he doesn't know even what to ask to God. So, oh my Lord, please bless me. I can get every day full belly, full stomach food for me. So that you will get no problem. Anything special you want. It's what? Okay, one thing more. When I go to Puri, the pandas do not allow inside your temple. So how I get your darshan? Then Jagannath said, you do one thing. When I go to Puri, you look upon my chakra. Then you can see me there. Then Jagannath disappeared. And after a few days, Dasya thought I should go and check whether the boon is correct or not. He has full faith. He has full faith. Lord has said, and please you take that darshan. And then how he go empty hand, then he collected one full basket full of sweet mangoes. So carrying on his head, he went to Jagannath temple, Puri. So main entrance, all pandas are sitting there and standing. They saw Dasya Bali has come. Oh, you have brought something to offer Lord Jagannath. Give us, we will go and offer it. Dasya said, no, I don't give you. Then what, you will take all this back? No, I will offer. You will offer? Your scheduled caste man untouchable. How can you offer? Now you see how I am offering. Then he put basket there on the street. Then he looked at Nila Chakra and he saw Lord Jagannath there. And he picked up 2 mangoes. Oh my Lord, I have got some mangoes for you, please accept. So when he picked up like this, the mango disappeared. Then 2 more 40 mangoes he had brought. 2 kilometers from Jagannath Puri, his house was there. And when all hundreds of people surrounded him to see this fun, how the mango disappearing. So the basket is empty. All pandas, they become very worried. No? So they say, oh, what is this man? We are offering every day, food doesn't disappear. This man is black magic. He's a magician. He said black magic. Then this Dasya, no, I don't know any black magic. I offer, I can see Lord Jagannath. Lord Jagannath accepting all my mangoes. You don't believe, please go see inside. Lord eating all my mangoes. Then one panda, he ran inside the temple. Then when he opened the door, he found that Jagannath has eaten all the mango. And all over the temple room, there are all pigs and mango seeds are lying there. So since then, everybody realized that this Dasya Bhavali is great devotee. So there is one book in Orissa called Dharata Bhakti that describes all these pastimes. And there is also Madala Panji. Madala Panji is a record book in Jagannath temple that keeps records of all these incidents happens. Who is king ruled, who is time, when Jagannath was stolen, when the temple was built, everything is recorded there. So this is how Lord Jagannath is so merciful. Even if somebody cannot go inside, just from outside, just take darshan of Nilachakra, one will be purified also. So how Jagannath reciprocates during Muslim time, when Muslim people are ruling India. In Delhi, there is a tailor. His name was Paramesti. Very ugly person, and he had a horns behind him, on his back. Very expert tailor. He used to make clothes for the king. So once king, he sent some nice velvet cloth with embroidery and everything, and he told this tailor Paramesti that you make 2 pillows for me. Very nicely, people can see where you have joined, kind of see. Very nice pillow you make. The Paramesti was one of the great devotees of Jagannath. So Parameshwar making this pillow, so beautiful pillows, and he's thinking, wow, so nice pillows. How nice it would be if these pillows could be used for the service of my Lord. Now I am putting so much labor, my expertise, and this Mussalman fellow will enjoy this. So he's thinking like this. So one pillow completed. Second pillow almost completed. He's making, and he falls asleep. And that day, was Jagannath Rath Yatra in Jagannath Puri. Which is Jagannath is very heavy. So heavy, you can lift Jagannath. If you anytime go, how many people did Rath Yatra? Puri Rath Yatra? Puri Rath Yatra. Only 2 people. You must go see Jagannath Rath Yatra. Then you will understand what kind of God he is. No? Thousands, millions of people just have a glimpse. And Lord Jagannath will come. They can carry him. They put a rope at the bottom. They can drag him. 20, 30 people dragging from the bottom. They put a rope here also, pulling from the back. And they put a rope around his waist. And they lift and put like this. And when he will come like a madman or big decoration of flowers like this, he will be coming like this, like mad elephants coming. And when he will come, at least 1 million people waiting to have a glimpse of that. And when they bring deities like this, Jagannath deity, they put pillow to place Jagannath. So they are putting pillow, bringing like this. At one point, Jagannath was so heavy, when they put on the pillow bursted. Then how they will carry Jagannath? So that time there is no pillow. And here in Delhi, this Parameshwar making pillows, and he has desired to serve Lord Jagannath, and he has slept. So Jagannath came in his dream, and Jagannath told Parameshwar, my pillow broke, can you give me one pillow? So Parameshwar came in dream, and he has given him one pillow, very happy, Lord Jagannath pillow. Then when his dream broke, then he found one pillow is missing. Then he became very worried, what about one pillow? So then he realized what Jagannath has taken. She was very happy. Anyway, it was salvation Jagannath. And after a few minutes, this Badshaha, the king of Delhi, sent a man. Okay, Parameshwar, the pillow ready? If Badshaha calling you, bring pillow for him. But he has only one pillow. So he went with one pillow, gave to Badshaha. Then Badshaha asked him, where is another pillow? And he very scared. One pillow is missing. Then Badshaha said, tell me truth, where is another pillow? Then the Parameshwar said, another pillow. Jagannath took another pillow. He said, who is Jagannath? Yes, the Lord of the universe. He is in Puri. Then the Muslim fellow saying, he is in Puri, is 2000 kilometers far from here. How can he take your pillow? No, his hand is very long hand. Anything happening in the universe, his hand is there behind everything. So he is glorifying Jagannath. And this Muslim king could not tolerate. So, oh, your God is so great. You are such a great devotee. Okay. If your God's hand is so long, can take my pillow. So now arrest this Hans guy. Now Hans fellow, arrest him and put him in prison house. Let me see how his God will come and release him. So they arrested him and they put him in a dark prison house. So what Parameshwar can do? The devotees, they surrendered to Krishna, they faced troubles like this also. So he went inside the prison house and chanting the holy name of Lord, and he fell asleep. There. Jagannath Rath Yatra stopped. How can Jagannath go? The devotee is suffering because he served. Then Jagannath came to the prison house and he could see a dazzling light. Then immediately his circle was opened, door opened, and Jagannath went close to him and on his back he put his hand. Parameshwar, immediately Hans was disappeared. Very beautiful. You are my devotee. You should know, as long as I have my chakra in my hand, no one can harm my devotees. So tomorrow morning you will be released. Then Jagannath disappeared. Jagannath disappeared. Then he appeared in the dream of the Muslim king, very angry. How can you dare to punish my devotee? My devotee gave one pillow, he gave your father's property. You know who put you here? I have put you in this position. And you have punished my devotee. And Jagannath telling and weeping. He says weeping, his back all over body. And this fellow was very scared. And Jagannath, tomorrow morning before sunrise you release and Paramestri, or the whole dynasty, your whole family will die. Jagannath disappeared. So this Paramestri saw, then he woke up. And he said, oh, what a bad dream I saw. Some black ghost attacked me like that. He's thinking like this. He's thinking like this. I saw a very bad dream. He's thinking he saw a very bad dream. But after some time, he's thinking the body is paining. Body is paining. And he saw all of his body, there is these sweeping marks are there. Then he realized, no, it is not a dream. The Lord has come, it's a very dangerous Lord then. And he realized that I must go beg forgiveness. And immediately he came to the pigeon house. In the pigeon house he saw Paramestri sitting there very peacefully and chanting his rounds. Then he fell at the feet of Paramestri. He said, oh Paramestri, your Bhagavan is Satcha Bhagavan. Then he described everything happened. How Jagannath came and beat him. Then he put a turban on the head of Paramestri, made him to climb on top of an elephant. And big procession, he went all over Delhi city and brought him back to his house. So I am thinking, Paramestri is blessed, very nice, his devotee. But this Muslim is also blessed now. If you do something, Krishna, Jagannath will come and kick on your face. Very good to get a kick from Jagannath. How fortunate one has to be, not to be beaten by Lord Jagannath. No, you have to be that fortunate. So what good service he has done. In Mayapur you have Jagannath temple there now. One such incident took place. Once when Pujari noon time, there is a Hindu rickshawala. He gave some prasadam to that rickshawala. The rickshawala, he had a Muslim friend. So he took that prasad and gave to Muslim friend. But Muslim, they don't take prasad. They say gunna. Gunna means pap, sin. He threw the prasad. Now he threw on the then the Pujari saw, he felt very bad. He threw Jagannath prasad. And what can he Muslim fellow? What can he do? And day after 1 or 2 days, the Muslim man came. Oh Prabhu, I have brought some rice, dal, sabji, raw. Can you cook and offer to Jagannath? I want some prasad. The Muslim fellow, same man. Then Pujari said, hey, get out from here. That day I gave prasad. You threw it, again you are coming. And the Muslim fellow said, no, Prabhu, you don't know what happened to me. And what happened? And that day I threw prasad. Night time when I was sleeping, your 3 Bhagavan came to me in my night. I'm very angry, especially this black one, very angry. And black one came and punching me, slapping me on my face. And the white one is very good. White one say, hey, don't beat him. But your middle one, the yellow one, say, beat him more. He threw my brother's prasad, beat him more. Prabhu, I'm very scared for this. Please, you cook this, give me some prasad. So I think it's just see, this Muslim, what has he done? Recently, a Muslim old lady came. So he told her, Pujari, Prabhu, I want to offer a mirror to Jagannath. He said, why you want to offer a mirror to Jagannath? This lady said, I had a grandson, he's blind. So I prayed your Bhagavan, if my son can see, then I will give a mirror, you can see your face. So my son can see, gradually my grandson can see everything. So I want to offer a mirror. Just imagine this Muslim lady, She is not chanting 16 rounds. No Mangalarti. I don't know for regulative principle what she is following or not. But Jagannath gave mercy. Jagannath does not wait. He is Bhavagrahi Janardhan. But because she had full faith, he is Bhagavan. If I pray, he will give me. So he reciprocated. Jagannath reciprocated in that way. So this is how Jagannath, he reciprocated. Jathamam prapadyante tam tatheva bhajamiham. So usually Jagannath devotees are very poor. Don't be scared, huh? Oh, become poor. Some devotees are very rich also. So there is one devotee called Raghudas in Puri. This Raghudas was he was a beggar practically. He was so poor, he had no house. He was living under an umbrella in front of the lion's gate. So once, out of his love for Jagannath, he prepared one garland, flower garland, but he has no money to buy the string even. So what he did, from the banana tree bark, he made some string out of that. Then he made some flower garland and brought to temple, gave to Pujari, please offer to Jagannath. And Pujari didn't accept because prior to that, no banana bark thread was used for making garlands. Sir, get out from here, we don't use these garlands. Then Raghudas felt very sad. I made this garland with so much love and devotion, and my Lord will not wear this. And he sat down and crying under the umbrella. So that day, when Pujaris trying to do Sringar, dress Jagannath, putting garland, any garland they are putting on Jagannath, falling down. Any garland they are whole day they are trying, but they can't decorate Lord Jagannath. So finally, Jagannath informed the king that I will not accept any garland unless you offer that specific garland my dear devotee Raghudas has made. And when Jagannath went, when king went and king saw under an umbrella, he said Raghudas is sitting there and crying, holding that garland. And then when that garland was offered, and Sringar was completed. From that day in Jagannath temple, all garland has to be made by these banana strings. No other string can be used. That became a rule over there. So this way Raghudas became very famous. He's a great devotee of Lord Jagannath. So king, everybody was very respectful to him. Though he is a beggar. And Jagannath became so dear to him. Jagannath used to go to play with him time to time in his house. You know, like Sakharasa used to go and play with him. So one day Jagannath went to Raghudas. Said, Raghudas, today we have a special business. What special business? Today I want to eat some jackfruit. So let us go steal some jackfruit from king's garden outside. And Raghudas said, oh my lord, if you want to take some jackfruit, no problem. Why should you go to steal? Tomorrow you come, I will bake some jackfruit, so together we can eat some jackfruit. Jagannath said, no, jackfruit I am eating lot of jackfruit. For stealing and eating. Jagannath said, my mother Jashoda used to feed me so much makhan and butter, but when I steal from Gopi's house, that is special taste. So tomorrow you come with me, we will go steal some jackfruits. So, not tomorrow, tonight you come with me. So Raghudas said, okay, no problem, let us go. So both of them they went. But jackfruit orchard is all boundary wall, heavy security, how they go inside. So Raghudas climbing to go on the other side. And Jagannath also climbing to go on the side. Is it necessary for Jagannath to climb? He can be this side, all of a sudden he can be on the other side also. He is everywhere. But just to give pleasure to his devotee, he is also struggling and climbing, and he went on the other side. And many nice jackfruit trees are there. So Jagannath told Raghudas, this tree has very nice jackfruit. You know how to climb? So you climb and you pluck this jackfruit, throw. I will be on the ground, I will catch this jackfruit. And both of us will go and eat this jackfruit. Raghudas said, yes, no problem. And Raghudas climbed. He plucked very nice jackfruit. Jagannath, are you ready? Yes, I am ready. And he plucked and threw the jackfruit. And when he threw the jackfruit, Jagannath ran away from there. He disappeared. And jackfruit made a huge sound, fell on the ground. And Jagannath gone. And all the security people, they woke up, hey, thief, they woke up. And they woke up, Jagannath gone. Then they found Raghudas is sitting there. Hey Raghudas, every day we are thinking of get devotee, and night time we are doing jackfruit thing. Then they say, dinner wala hari hari, daytime we are doing hari hari, and ratri wala jackfruit chori. Kathal chori, they are stealing kathal. Okay, we'll call king now. He'll inform the king. Then they inform the king. The king did not believe. How is it possible? It's a great devotee. Why will come to steal jackfruit? He said, you come and sue yourself. Then king with the minister reviewed the camp. And they put the torchlight. Raghudas is sitting there. Oh, Raghudas, come down, come down. So Raghudas came down. And the king said, Raghudas, we respect you so much. If you wanted to eat jackfruit, if you tell me so many jackfruit, I could send to your house, to your kutir. Why did you come to steal jackfruits? Raghudas laughing and laughing and laughing. Raghudas told, my dear king, I did not come to steal your jackfruit. Your Jagannath came to steal your jackfruit. Then he described the whole story. Some people believe, some people did not believe. Oh, Jagannath has no other business. He come to steal jackfruit. This fellow has come to steal the jackfruit and put it on Jagannath's name. Anyway, he's beggar, what punishment they will give him. They released him, okay, get out from here. Don't steal any more jackfruit. So he went back. He went to sleep. And next morning, when Pujari came, when Pujari saw Jagannath is missing one chadar. And chadar is not there. So when is chadar missing? Then searching. They found that chadar is lying at the bottom of that jackfruit tree. Because Jagannath ran away. The thief may run away, but he'll leave some symptoms, police will catch it. Actually, Jagannath knowingly threw that chadar to show everybody that to please my devotee, I also steal. I go for stealing also. His jackfruit, since then, the Raghudas become very famous. And the king made a big mart for him also. So that place is still there, known as Raghudas Mart. If you go to Jagannath Puri, you will see. So this way Jagannath has many sweet pastimes. So that Git Govinda, you know Git Govinda? You have heard Git Govinda? Very dear to Lord Jagannath, Git Govinda. Every day night before Jagannath sleep, this song has to be sung. Jagannath loves Git Govinda so much, so they print Git Govinda on silk cloth. Git Govinda, don't know? Git Govinda is a song written by, how many of you do not know about Git Govinda? Raise your hands. Git Govinda was written by Kavi Jayadev. His wife was Padmavati. One man in Orissa, he had no children. He came to Jagannath. He told Jagannath, you give me one child, I'll offer you for your service. Then he went back. After some time, he was expecting he'll have a boy and he'll give a service of Jagannath. But he gave birth to a girl. Her name is Padmavati. So he came to Jagannath Puri. So Jagannath, please accept my daughter because I told you give a child, I'll give you her service. That time, Kavi Jayadev was there in Puri. But he was sannyasi, he was like brahmachari, no marrying, no more marrying. So Jagannath told this man that you give your daughter Padmavati, you go to that place under that tree, one man is sitting, his name is Jayadev, and you give your daughter to marry to that man. This man went with his daughter to Jayadev. Padmavati, very beautiful, she looks like Lakshmi Devi, so beautiful. And this man said, Jayadev, please accept this girl. And I said, no, I am Brahmachari. I will not. No, Lord Jagannath said you must accept. But Jayadev did not want to accept. Finally, father of Padmavati left Padmavati alone there and went away. And Kavi Jayadev, he married Padmavati. And Kavi Jayadev was writing Gita Govinda, very intimate pastimes of Lord Krishna with Gopis and Radharani. At one point, Kavi Jayadev wrote one line, and next line he has to write something which means Krishna telling Radharani, you put your lotus feet on my head. Dehi padapalva mudaram. You put your lotus feet on my head. Kavi Jayadev could not dare, how can I write like this? What the next line, he did not write that. So one line he wrote, and he told Padmavati, so now I have to go to take bath. So Jayadev went to take bath. So Padmavati has cooked everything, kept ready. Jayadev left for taking bath. Very quickly, he came back. Padmavati asked, so quickly come back? Yes. I remember one line I have to write now. So he went inside, Jayadev went inside and wrote that line. Then he came, Padmavati served prasadam. Kavi Jayadev took that prasadam, then went to sleep. So after feeding her husband, then Padmavati started eating. When he was eating, somebody knocked at the door, outside at the door. And Padmavati opened the door, it's another Jayadev. And Jayadev saw Padmavati eating. What? You are eating before me? So that time system was, wife cannot eat before husband eat. So how can eat before me? Then Padmavati said, what? You came, I fed you. What I came? I took bath, I am coming now. No, you came very quickly. You told me that you forgot something, you wanted to write, you went inside, you wrote, and I served you prasadam, you ate. The Kavi Jayadev was very bewildered. What is he talking about? And when he went inside, he saw that line he had not written, but was completed. Then Kavi Jayadev realized this Lord Krishna came personally. Then he got hold of the hand of Padmavati. You are so fortunate that Krishna came and personally served. You are so fortunate, fortunate lady. So this is that Kavi Jayadev. He wrote this Gita Govinda. And Lord Jagannath loved so much. So one day, what happened? The Pujari, he opened the door of Lord Jagannath temple. Then when he would change his dress, and he found all Jagannath's clothes are torn. Some straw dust all over his body. And what happened? How this happened? Some people entered into the temple, contaminated the deities. And this news was given to king. So everybody is thinking, what happened? The king is thinking, maybe I committed some mistake, some aparad. This is happening. Then actually, Jagannath appeared in his dream to king. Jagannath told, no problem, you don't be worried. It's not your offense. Actually, what has happened, last night, there's one girl, the daughter of the gardener. But at the end of the night, she was plucking some brinjal. You know brinjal? Bengal, eggplant brinjal, in brinjal garden. And she was singing this song of Gita Govinda song. And I could hear that Gita Govinda song inside the temple. So I became so much intoxicated. So I left temple and I went to the brinjal garden. When this girl was plucking brinjal, singing Gita Govinda, so Lord Jagannath is walking behind her and hearing Gita Govinda. Hearing. In the meantime, Jagannath saw, it's already sun rising. And Jagannath became very worried, sun rising now. If I am not in the temple, they will have a temple of, they will open the temple of Mangalarti and nobody is there. So Jagannath ran very fast. When he is running very fast, then what happened? All his clothes got torn. Straw and all kinds of things are there. Jagannath told in dream to king. Then king became very worried. If Jagannath leaves temple like this, time to time, sometime he may not come back again. Then Jagannath said, don't be worried. If you want that, then you bring that girl. And you make sure every day before I sleep, this Gita Govinda song has to be sung. The next morning, the king went and met the father of this girl, said, no more gardening job, you come here. All your daughters, everything, all your daughter has to do, sing Gita Govinda. And the king put on brass plate, he put this order, written order, till today it is there. As long as the deity and temple will be here, every day before Lord Jagannath go to sleep, this Gita Govinda song has to be sung. Till today, they are singing this Gita Govinda before Jagannath sleep. The Gita Govinda is so dear to Jagannath. What happened in Orissa, there was a very rich man. Once one group of thieves, they entered his house, dacoits, and they stole everything. In India, all big people, they have that deity room. So he had a deity room. So they stole all the deities, and along with the deity, the thieves, they stole Saligram Sila also. But all other jewelry, everything they divided. Saligram Sila, what they will do Saligram Sila? They stole for them. So one of the thieves, he took the Saligram Sila and he sold it for 1 rupee to a cobbler. You know cobbler? They make shoe. The cobbler doesn't stone. So cobbler uses the Saligram Sila for nailing the shoe. No? Nailing the shoe. Sitting at the lower corner, is nailing the shoe. Then, but that time in Orissa, this Gita Govinda was like a bathroom song. You know bathroom song? You don't know the whole song, then one line, wherever you go singing. It is like bathroom song. Everybody sang this now. Many people sing one line. This cobbler, he whole day he used to make this Junta Silai, repairing this shoe, and sing one line of Gita Govinda. And nailing, using the Saligram Sila for nailing this shoe. Sitting on a street corner. One day, one Brahman was passing by. The Brahman saw that stone. Then he could recognize Saligram Sila. Then he went to this cobbler. Hey, what are you doing? You are using Saligram Sila for repairing your shoe. And you know it's Bhagavan? He said, I don't know Bhagavan this, that. He said, no, you give me. I will worship Saligram Sila. So you can take it, give me 1 rupee and take this pathar. Take this stone, I don't need this stone. Give me 1 rupee. So this Brahman gave 1 rupee and took the Saligram Sila. And he had a big festival. Invited all his relatives, big abhishek. Very happy, Saligram Sila has come to my house. So every day he used to do abhishek, Panchagavya abhishek. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4th day. Lord Jagannath came in his dream. Told him, oh my dear Brahman, thank you very much for serving me so nicely. But tomorrow morning, kindly bring me back to that cobbler. I want to be with him. The Brahman said, what? He's using you for repairing the shoe? You want to be with him? You don't want to be with me? I'm serving you so nicely with Panchamrita Abhishek. And Lord Jagannath said, yes. And he is using me for repairing the shoe. But when he sings that Gita Govinda, I derive so much pleasure. I become more happy by hearing Gita Govinda. Even if I am used for repairing shoe, then getting your Mahabhishek. I don't want this Abhishek. So in this way, Lord established that how he really loves this Gita Govinda. So in this way, there are many pastimes. It's already 8:45. One more pastime? So at this pastime, I will tell you about a plant I was telling you yesterday. Dhyana plant. How this Dhyana plant, like Tulasi, is very dear to Jagannath. A Dayana is another kind of plant very dear to Jagannath. How this plant manifested in Puri, I will very miraculous way it happened. Okay, this pastime goes like this. Once the Puri king, very early morning, was playing dice, dice, with his ministers and Senapati, they were playing dice. That time this was system, night time they'll put Jagannath to sleep, put a dress and ornaments, everything. Next morning when they open door, if anything falls from Jagannath's deity, that is very auspicious. So they bring it as Mahaprasad to king. And king with a lot of respect, he accepts this Mahaprasad. So that morning Pujari found something has fallen from Jagannath's deity. So they brought this Mahaprasad for king. But that time king was playing dice. Okay, so he's so much engrossed with dice. So he didn't realize the Mahaprasad has come. So he was throwing dice in his right hand. So he showed his left hand to receive Mahaprasad. So the Pandas, they gave Mahaprasad and they left. So when the game was end, the king was coming back to his palace, he realized that he has received Mahaprasad in his left hand. And he felt so bad. A great offense I committed. I was so much engrossed with playing dice. The Jagannath Mahaprasad came and I received with my left hand. So he felt very sad. He stopped all his royal activities. He stopped drinking water, eating, drinking, everything he stopped. What is the use of my life? Why is this left, with my left hand, I committed this great mistake? The ministers, everybody, they were very worried. What happened to king? He's not eating, drinking, always very sad. So Prime Minister went and asked the king, what is the problem with you? Why don't you do a duty? Why don't you eat? Then the king said, I have a problem. What is the problem? The problem is, there's a ghost coming to my house night time. What kind of ghost coming? There's a ghost coming and he put in his hand through my window. Through my a long hand coming through my window. Then minister, oh no problem, I'll bring ghost masters, they'll fix it. So they got big advertisement. When ghost is coming to king's house, all ghost masters will come who can remove. Then many ghost masters came. They did big puja, yajna, this, that, took good donations. Okay, now ghost is gone, no problem. Then king went to sleep that night in that room. Next morning, Prime Minister asked, everything's okay? No ghost today? King said, no, the ghost again came. The ghost, what ghost is doing? The ghost is putting his hand inside through my window, my bedroom. Then the Prime Minister said, okay, today you don't sleep in that room. I will sleep in that room. Let me see when ghost comes. Then king said, okay, you sleep in that room. Then king went to another room. Very interesting pastimes. The king went to sleep in another room. Then minister is sleeping, holding with a sword in his hand. If this ghost will put his hand, I'll chop off his hand. Okay? So minister sitting with his sword. At midnight, minister saw through the window, one hand is entering to the room. And as soon as he saw the hand, by his sword, he chopped off the hand. Then he could not hear anything. The whole night sitting there. So he wrapped that hand very nicely. Next morning, he came to see the king. King, today I have chopped off the hand of this ghost. He said, oh, thank you so much. You did me a great favor to me. The ghost was harassing every night for me. So when they're discussing like this, then minister saw, actually he had chopped up, the king is missing his left hand. King's left hand is not there. Then minister said, my king, what happened to your left hand? Actually, what king has done? Actually, there is no ghost. King made this drama. Actually, he has put his own hand. Because he's repenting so much. With my left hand, I committed such a great offense. So my hand should be chopped up. So he treat minister like this. Says put his one hand. And when minister saw that he had chopped off the hand of king, he started to cry. Oh, what unfortunate is this! You are giving my daily bread. I chopped off your hand. Now how can I be saved from this offense? Then king counseled him. No, you don't be worried, because my hand committed this offense. It's befitting that I should be deprived of this hand. So no problem. The minister was lamenting, felt very sad. Then he took this hand and he went to Jagannath Vallabh garden. That garden is still there. There they grow all kinds of tulasi, flowers to give to Jagannath. Then minister took that hand, with great respect, put into samadhi. In one place he buried that hand. Okay. So then everything was settled. Then what happened? Puri king was serving Jagannath. When his hand was chopped up, he can't serve Jagannath anymore. Because he became angahani. His one limb is missing. So somebody else was representing him. So king felt very sad. Now he can't serve Jagannath. So every day he used to go to the Jagannath Vallabh garden and pluck some flowers, make some garlands and send for Jagannath, because he can't do any other service. So every day he used to visit that garden. So after a few months, one day that king could feel very sweet smell. So where the smell is coming from? He's searching. In one place, he found a nice plant. The smell is coming from the leaves. Then king asked the gardener, the Mali, "Hey, where did you get this plant?" The gardener said, "No, I never got this plant. It just came spontaneously. This was manifested here." Then king said, "Okay, you take care of this plant very nicely. Make sure nobody destroy this plant or take leaves from here. Guard this plant nicely, so nice smell." Then king was thinking, I should offer this nice leaves, smell leaves to Jagannath. But he can't offer because he doesn't know what kind of tree it is, what kind of plant. Panda will not allow. But he has great desire. How nice it would be if I offer to Lord Jagannath. Had a great desire for that. And then one day king came, then he found that somebody has plucked the leaves from that plant. Few leaves are missing. Then he asked the gardener, "Hey, what happened? Who is stealing the leaves of this plant?" He said, No, nobody comes. Just see, somebody has plucked the leaves. Make sure nobody plucked the leaves from here. The next day king came and more leaves are missing. And king became very angry. So king arrested this gardener, said, "Tomorrow your head will be chopped up." Because monarchy is like that. And the gardener became very sad. The gardener prayed to Lord Jagannath, "I am doing my duty, you know very well. Nobody has come entered inside this garden to steal these leaves. And tomorrow my head will be chopped off. What fault I have?" Then next that night, Jagannath appeared to king in his dream. Actually, nobody has come to steal these leaves. Who has come to steal the leaves? Jagannath. Because this king has great desire to offer this leaves to Jagannath. But he is scared also what plant he does not know. So how he can offer? So Jagannath personally comes and every day he steals these leaves. Then Jagannath appeared to king in his dream. He said, "Oh king, this gardener has no fault. Because you have strong desire to offer to me this plant called Dayana plant. And every night I come and I steal this. So tomorrow you release this gardener and make sure this gardener will decorate my deity with these specific leaves. And on this Tithi onwards, from next year, you celebrate a big festival. So let the whole world knows how I steal for my devotees. And why?" And then Jagannath said, "This plant appeared from your hand Because you love, respect me so much, you have so much love for me. So where your hand was buried, this plant has manifested from there. So that's why I love so much. Until today, every year, these pastimes takes place. They bring Krishna Balaram and they put some Dhyana plants and they will steal. No big process or nothing. Very peacefully Krishna Balaram will go and steal these plants and run out. This pastime still today also going on. And very favorite plants called Dhyana plants. So like this, there are unlimited sweet pastimes of Lord Jagannath. So I have written one book with maybe 30, 40, 50 pastimes like this. But unfortunately all books are finished. But any of you have not received, I hope by first week of February, some more books of Sri Jagannath, Radharani. Then last year, very nice book was published. You will all like that book very much. You know what that book name? Death. Death. Who doesn't like death? Everybody like death, right? Who likes death? No, you may not like death, but death likes you very much. Death is a great friend. Death is always with us. We may not like death, but death likes us very much. Jagannath ki. So these books will get the first week of February. So one announcement is regarding these books, Chaitanya Charitamrita set and Bhagavatam set. I want to tell you, in Kali Yuga, as I told, Lord does not descend in Kali Yuga. When Krishna left 5,000 years ago, Krishna Swadham Apagate Dharma Jnanadhivi Saha Kalonasta Visamesa Puranar Ko Dhunadita. When Krishna left along with Dharma and the Jnana, people they lost their vision. So who will guide them? That is the reason Krishna Bhagavan appeared in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why we should take Bhagavatam Kali Yuga. Bhagavatam is the only worshipable things that we should worship. In Assam, they only worship, they don't worship Krishna deity. They worship only Bhagavatam. This is Kali Yuga, there is no deity. They believe like that. So if any of you have not received Bhagavatam set, Prabhupada said every prestigious family should have one Bhagavatam set and one Chaitanya Charitamrita set also. And regarding Chaitanya Charitamrita, I will tell you one thing. How many of you have Chaitanya Charitamrita set in your house? Only few you have Chaitanya Charitamrita set. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Prabhupada has said, if any time flood will come to your village will be flooded. Water will enter into your house. You drop everything. Go to the top of your building, to the roof of your building with 3 books. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. 3 books, you go. Roof of your building. Water increasing. You are under the water. So lift these books high like this, hold like this. And you feel very much pain, you cannot hold anymore. Then you first drop Bhagavad Gita. It's too heavy. And drop Bhagavatam. But Chaitanya Charitamrita don't drop. That doesn't mean Gita Bhagavad inferior to Chaitanya Charitamrita. No. But Bhakti, if you have this book, Veda, Vedanta, Upanishad, everything is with you. This is like a notebook for you. So we request each and every family of our congregation, families should have this Chaitanya Charitamrita and Bhagavatam set. And not only they should have this set, they should also distribute to others. Prabhupada said, if somebody will not read, simply keep in their house, that will bring auspiciousness to their family. So in this we will help people. So in this way, we will bring auspiciousness. And Prabhupada will be very much pleased. Prabhupada said, if you have to please me, then distribute my books. But some people they argue, they say, no, Prabhupada said, if you have to please me, then you preach. Then in another place Prabhupada has said, preaching means distributing my books. Yes. Whatever you preach, you don't distribute books. Prabhupada's time only book was preaching. Now we have so many youth preaching, Namahata, Bhakti Viksha, but always you emphasize, whatever you do, if you don't engage your congregation, whether Bhakti Viksha, Namahata, youth preaching, whatever it is, in book distribution, Prabhupada said, when book distribution stops, then ISKCON closed down. No more ISKCON will exist. So that important it is. So book distribution is a family business. If you want to become family member of Srila Prabhupada, you have to go to book bank. Then you are family member of Prabhupada. So that important it is, this book distribution. So please take this book to your house and distribute to others also. Hare Krishna. One book? Okay, Shanti Swarup Prabhu will take one set of books. Please come forward. See Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, where he wrote this book, he is saying, I am writing this book, but I am not writing Chaitanya writing. He is so old. He said, I can't hold. I don't know how to write. I am so old. I can write. So Mahaprabhu has revealed. And if you read, I know if you read, you will not understand much. You have to discuss together. And you will see that unique presentation. Chaitanya Charitamrita, unique presentation. Surpassing the presentation of any other literatures, this Chaitanya Charitamrita. You will simply enjoy and enjoy and enjoy if you read Chaitanya Charitamrita. In future, anytime it happens, I can visit Sydney. Maybe 3-4 days, we'll discuss about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Charitamrita is not Mahaprabhu's pastimes. Chaitanya Bhagavat, all his pastimes. When Nagagopal comes, maybe he will speak of pastimes. But Chaitanya Charitamrita, all philosophy, and so high, so interesting, so enjoyable philosophical description. You will never find anywhere like this. You will enjoy much. Okay? Jai Sri Prabhupada ki Jai, Mahaprabhu ki Jai. तुम चाहिए पिक्चर के पिक्चर If any of you want, please meet Lalit Madhav. Dear Lalita. Dear Lalita Prabhu, thank you all very much. So this is my first visit, my second visit, but none of you have seen me because I came 15-20 years before. So I stayed 3 days, I enjoyed my stay, the association of your nice sweet devotees. I hope in future, if I come again to Sydney, I'll get your sweet association also. Thank you so much. Jai Sri Prabhupada ki